All right, Pete, this will be our second attempt at this video. That's my oldest daughter, son, Peyton. I'm just kidding. And that's Ryder, the guy that almost got beat just now with the other half of my blower pipe because he put that green slime all over my concrete. Listen, I don't know what this stuff is, but it's green slime, and don't ever buy that for your kids.
It's made by Crazy Art.
Yeah, Crazy Art crap is what it is. Look at what happened. Someone stole all of my parts off of the Banshee. If any of you guys tuned in to the first video where I did the parts layout, what, dude? Good, I'm glad you got the metal out your foot. Go ahead, you can go swimming. Look, it's a puddle. Cheap plastic pool. Anyways, stripped it down, had a crazy idea. I wanted to go ahead and refresh the engine. Didn't need it. I wanted a little more performance. So I gave it to the engine wizard, Danny, and we went ahead and consult with Redline Racing. We're gonna do a port job. He's already good at porting it anyway, but we're gonna consult with Redline, he said, so we can get the dome size correct, because I want to raise the compression. It's going to be still stock bore and stock stroke. We're just going to do a port probably about at the dune level, because we want to take it to the new ATV park Zona in Franklinton, Louisiana. So but these just came in, got some shock covers. These shocks over here are brand new. The one over there already got a nick the powder coat on it, and I'm a little upset. So I got these are like 20 bucks on eBay, brand new. But yeah, I'm getting ready to change all of this. Like, there's a bunch of parts going to be changed, going to be brand new. And I just uploaded a video about the gnarly sound, the FMF gnarlies I had on here. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, those were great exhaust. The low and mid-range power band, like the torque was just really high. There was really barely any in between. You know, it really was hard to like cruise through the neighborhood. As you can see, I live in a neighborhood, a bunch of houses, and back behind these houses there's a bunch of new development with some sand, so I actually could go ahead and do some pretty good riding. And took it out a few times. I haven't really been messing with it, but I decided to go ahead and tear it down. We'll have some videos riding soon. I've said that probably a year ago, but every time I attempted to make them, something would go wrong. And then YouTube just recently decided to change their they updated the tools on the video editing, and there's a few things they took out, so I can't make the videos like I did in the beginning. So it kind of upset me, and I kind of stopped fooling with that. But okay, let's go back and show you something. Here are the gnarlies right here. This is the FMF gnarly. They're a little dirty right now. They need a little TLC, but for the most part, they're in excellent condition. See, Gold Series FMF gnarly. It ain't nothing to buff out the chrome. And what is that over there? Is that CPI in-frame drag pipes? Yes, it is. So, well, look, guys, my friend Danny, he has several sets of pipes. I think that was one of them. He let me borrow them for a couple of weeks, test them out. So I threw them on, and yes, they make the bike faster. Like I said, I have 80 on the end. He's got the engine right now. So, and that's what's left of the poor thing. That's what's left of it. So 88 racing heads, the cool heads. Everything was stock domes, the 23cc domes, stock piston, like the stock bore, stock stroke, everything stock. I got V4 Spree reeds, open air box. If you go ahead and tune into the other videos, you'll see everything I got to do a parts layout on, like the first and second video I made with this, and that's how it was up until this point. And I'm just gonna go ahead and just do a maintenance job on here, grease and oil everything I got to, and just make a few things new. So I'm gonna just go over what I'm actually gonna change on this thing. So check this out. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Look at what I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for $150. Ready? That is a set of 10-inch wheels, DWTs on Sandstars. A girl was selling them for $150. No, she wasn't selling for $150. Let me backtrack that. It said free, make an offer. I was like, why not? Hey, would you take 150? Yeah, sure. So, needless to say, they're mine. All right. I love these pipes. Let me tell you something. I don't know if it's just the design of the pipe, but you definitely can tell the difference on the power band. You got some people that say, oh, I can't tell the difference when I change from one to the next, when one pipe is designed for the low and mid and the other one's for the mid and the top. Well, I could tell a big difference, and in my opinion, it made the bike run better than the gnarlies. Now, if you really was on a track, because we have an MX track here, and it was really fun riding this bike on a track, like an MX track, or in the trails back here. That was fun. There's really no in between. It's hard to cruise around here, like really slow with the gnarlies. The engine would kind of get kind of groggy. I don't know how to explain it. And then you push the throttle a little bit more, and it was just rocket. You know, just take off. With the CPIs, it's a more comfortable ride. It's not so aggressive in the very beginning. Now I'm talking like softly riding. When you push the throttle, the thing is gone. This bike is faster than with the gnarlies, especially in the drag race. Some people will be like, oh, well, no duh. Well, some people might not know that because they can't experience it, and they've been wondering, well, should I go with the CPIs or should I go with the gnarlies? They got some people in here with some of those 4-stroke quads, you know, the 450s and stuff, and I already would beat them, not by much, but I would still beat them in a 300-foot race back here on the street. We got a bunch of vacant development going on back here, and there's a lot of sand, and there's just streets that are there, but there's no homes, so we could do some running, and they're pretty long. So, but whenever I put the CPIs on, I noticed a difference. Not that drastic, but I noticed a difference immediately. And I told my friend Danny about it. I said, yeah, dude, these things are much better. I much prefer them. That's the bike started easier. It idled better. And I like the way the engine performs with that type of, I guess you would say, power band. I much rather that, me, personally. At first, I thought I would prefer the other way, but now I got to see both sides of the fence. I like the other side. So, and with the CPIs on, the same guys I've raced, I probably beat them by at least 2 bike lengths more with this. And some people say, oh, that wouldn't be that much worse. Yeah, it is. It actually is. This bike topped out at only, I say only, but some people claim 100 miles an hour on their Banshee and stuff like that. Probably not, but GPS, 80 miles an hour. Like I said, the engine was stock, completely stock, except I had an open air box. Actually, at the time I didn't. It was still blue. When I clocked it, it was still factory blue, and it had the air box, but it had a K&N in it, but it was a closed air box. It had the V-Force 3 reeds and the ADA Racing cool head, but everything, the bore, the stroke, the domes, everything was stock, running on, like it was an 87 octane, something like that, 80 miles an hour. It's got stock gearing, you know, the 41 tooth sprocket, and 80 miles an hour is what it topped out. And back here in the neighborhood, I could actually peak the RPM range with, like, you would feel it. You would feel it just flatline after a certain point. This one, I haven't been able to do it yet. I cannot stretch it back here fully. I haven't actually peaked it. And that would do 80 like that, so I don't know what it would top out at, which I'm really not concerned about. I'm really into how fast I can get to 80. or 90 or whatever it'll do. And that's not really, I'm not really into the end number. But we're gonna port it. We're gonna port it and put 34 millimeter carbs on it. So let's go check it out. Let's compare. Let's compare. This is the stock carbies right here. And what do we have here? What is this? What is this? 35 millimeter, 35, 34 millimeter intakes. I got these on eBay, brand new. It's hard to do this with one hand. It's hard to do this one hand. I'm gonna compare these on side one another. If I could get this out with one hand. 34 millimeter carbs. Oh, just bear with me, folks. It's hard to get this bubble wrap off right here. 34. You're thinking, well, the stock one's bigger than the new one. Well, that's the intake side where the filter goes, and that's where the motor goes, and they're almost the same size. So when I turn it around equally, now you see the difference. That's the 20, what is it, 6 or whatever, and that's the 34. So let's turn this around this way like I had it. So you can see the difference. It's a little bit taller. That's the difference of how much airflow increase you're gonna have. So we're gonna increase the airflow, and they came with, it was $147 shipped to the house, and it came with a set of these, one for each carb. It came with some extra jets. It came with some extra jets like a pilot, a main, a couple of mains. I'll show you, like each little box had one of these in it. I don't know what's actually in them right now. I would kind of hope they wouldn't fully assemble this thing and not actually have jets already in it. So, but so we're gonna port it. I'm gonna run the 35 millimeter carbs, CPI in frame drags. Got some greasing and stuff I'm gonna do, and lubing some things up, and I'll go over some products that I actually use, that I use on here, that I find work pretty good. I know everybody else got their own preferences and ideas, but I'm pretty simple. As far as the engine concerned, I put Caster in here, the Caster 927. If any of you guys wonder what makes that sweet two-stroke smell, I know there's other brands that probably do it, but it's this, the Caster 927. I pre-mixed this 32-to-1, minimal smoke, but I like 32-to-1 because I feel safe with it. I use this for the clutch because it's a wet clutch. This is what I use for that. Actually, we're gonna change all that out. And if any of you guys don't know about conditioning steel or metals, this stuff here is, like, I like to soak my chain in this sometimes overnight and things like that, and it'll get into the steel. It'll actually get into it, condition it, and sometimes it'll stay inside of it. And I'm not saying don't throw chain wax on it after you clean it and stuff like that, but I like to clean my chain, soak it in this, put it back on, clean it out, you dry it up, and go ahead and put it back on. So Marlboro mystery oil, ballastol works very well. I mean, Marlboro mystery oil will unfreeze a frozen engine. It's called pickling an engine. You could go ahead and fill an engine block with it. So I'm gonna show you a couple of parts we're gonna change also. It's my little goodie box right here. This is some packing that I had for the gnarlies down there, but might be able to use it for the CPIs. Here's a new rotor, brake rotor. The brakes went out the other day, my back brake, so I went ahead and got all new brake pads for the front and back. We're gonna do a brake job. I'm gonna change the rotor out fresh, the master cylinder and the caliper on the rear and all that. Even the front's gonna be new. Well, the rear's already new, the back's gonna be new. I got front and rear all stainless PVC coated lines. I'm gonna change out the brake lines when the brake job. Check this out, check this out. This is a radiator cap. A new radiator cap, but not any kind of radiator cap. It actually has a thermometer. I think this was $18 shipped. Might be wrong, might have been 25. Shipped to the house. See the temperature? I think it's more 100. I'm just kidding. But so let me show y'all something with this. When it's in here, you could already see the radiator cap slightly. When it's right here, you can already see it slightly from when you're sitting on the four-wheeler. But if you, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like hone this out just a little bit, about right here. I probably can still see it without doing that, but I'll probably actually be able to actually take the cap on and off without having to take the shroud off of it. So, but this is actually pretty cool. I really like that cap. So this was some extra parts that came with the fly handlebars. And actually, if you see any of the other videos, these handlebars aren't the same. You'll notice that I got 1-inch risers on here and they're actually not as tall. So what I did was I got some more fly handlebars, but the other ones were more stock looking. I wanted to kind of stick with that look and that feel of the stock handlebars. I had tags on here before in the first video I did, but I kind of like more of the stock look. So, but the angle of the handlebars were so bad, like it was so far this way that it was just uncomfortable. It just wasn't working for me. I didn't care for it. So when you go on eBay and you pick the handlebar you want, there's an array of colors and there's an array of dimensions. Like they can be taller, they can be narrower, they can be wider. The angle could be more direct. So, and it's based on the brand. You have Suzuki style measurements, you have Honda, and you could also have Kawasaki. So I went with the Kawasaki ones because it was the flattest angle and the shortest. So, and I love the way they fall on my hands. I'm only 5'7", and they fall where I want them, the width. I don't know, it just fits me. So this is actually the Kawasaki dimensions, whatever the hell that means. But unfortunately, I'm gonna have to replace the axle in this because look at that. Some guy might say, well, just tighten the jam nut up. No, I ain't doing that. This is wore out. It's been stretched out. I'm gonna stretch the chain with this thing, and now this is like this. I mean, the axle is solid. It don't move. That's not loose, but this is loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and get I think it's a Vito's heavy duty, and I'm just gonna get the stock axle, new one, and change it out. And yeah, I'm gonna change this rotor like I said earlier. See it? You see? It's like metal on metal. Look at that, already dirty. Change the brake lines. This is new. So, check that little cap out. It's pretty cool. It's only like 20 bucks. But yeah, Danny's got the motor. He's gonna be porting it out right now. Here's the little Canon filters I was running. They're pretty dirty. Been doing a little bit of riding. You'll get a video. You'll definitely get a video of riding. But I just posted one. Uploaded one, giving you the gnarly sound. So I'll have one with the CPI sound. You can hear the difference. Sounds so much better, so much meaner. I really like the louder pipes. They sound really good. I got these round LED lights right here. These cheap little $20 ones. I don't want to go with the round. I'm gonna order the square ones. I prefer the way those look. I also got the new brackets for the exhaust. My other ones were wore out. So, but that's about basically it, you know. I'm gonna change those parts, get it ported. Anything new I need to make new, I'll make new. Oh, I forgot to actually show y'all this. I used this to lube the cables. 3-in-1 all. I like this. It easily goes down. You take this off, you stand it upright, you sit there and you slowly with this little drip it down. You know, you don't need that tool. And you see that little stain right there? It'll go all the way through the cables, lubricates it, it stays. It's an oil. WD-40 will dry up much sooner than this will. And I mean, I thought something was wrong with my clutch. I thought something was wrong with the clutch because it was super stiff. Even though I got the heavy duty springs in there, I was like, this is really ridiculous. And I had just changed that to a Motion Pro. It's fairly new. It's only maybe a year old, and it was getting super stiff to the point where I'm like, man, the cable actually might break. Went ahead and lubed it up. Some of y'all might think that was obvious, but it wasn't to me. Went ahead and lubed it up, and I mean fixed it right away. So if anybody's got a real stiff clutch or whatever, or throttle, throw some lube down, some oil down your cable, and I should probably fix it right up. So, but yep, I got some new tire. I already told you, I got some. Actually, I don't have any more new hole shots. When I start a new job, I got a new friend. His name's Ricky. He just picked up a 400EX. He will be on some of these videos to come, and we've been working on his, getting his stuff, you know, trying to get his straight. Get some new parts on his, get his opened up. You know, it's just Peyton's dirt bike. Probably tomorrow we'll get in a whole new package of fenders. They're gonna be green. I got him a couple extra surprises, and changing his little cap because it's faded. We're gonna just go with the straight aluminum one, but no, that's not anodized. He needs a tube. As you can see, his tire's flat. For whatever reason, it started leaking right around where the valve is. I wish they didn't have to have tubes, but they do. So we'll get him straight, make it look new. We'll be riding. We have some videos. Been super busy, you know, with this business and everything and my new job. But you see, when you work hard, I know in some other videos you might see the other truck I had, but me and my wife picked up some of these. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's got the power folding mirrors, the puddle lamps. Oh, it's so nice. Got those nice GMC 20s. She's a little dirty right now. It's been raining literally every day. Look at the clouds. Look, that's rain right there. Yukon XL. Everything in here is powered. Everything. Every seat. So cool. Yukon XL. Pearl white. Check this out. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of a secret, but you can't tell anybody. Check this out. It's like James Bond. So cool. I wish my truck had that, but it don't. I mean, these things are nice. A couple of DVD players, all leather, powered, everything. My truck's, you know, heated air-conditioned seats. Both of them's got that. Let me show you this one real quick. Beautiful. If you guys got any dreams of owning a business or getting that career, don't stop. Make it a reality. It's really nice when you can pretty much get almost anything you want. So, but that's about it. We're gonna wrap this up. I got another knucklehead that just showed up to come swim. They're gonna drive me absolutely crazy. They're already tearing up my yard. My yard right now is like quicksand. I can't stand it. With the pool and the rain, I'm about to go nuts. I hope I didn't leave anything out here. I hope I got let y'all in on everything. Oh, I didn't tell you this. Danny's working on 2 bikes. He's gonna have one like that to ride in the dunes and just go joyride and play around. And he's gonna have just a complete drag bike. He don't really know how far he's gonna take it. His other one, I think, is gonna be a 4mm stock bore. He's gonna run shears, probably a 4-inch, 4 to 6-inch extended swing arm. I actually might put a 4-inch on here, on this one right here. Oh, that's what I left out. So, is that, you know, a stock swing arm, but you know, I got everything powder coated. If no one knows that, everything on here is powder coated. I got these extended pegs powder coated. I got the frame powder coated. I got this powder coated, and he gave me these full flight extended A-arms, and they are magnificent. It really increased the rideability of this thing. You know, Banshees are pretty stiff, so it really made the ride a lot better. A lot better. Those handlebars are super comfortable. They remind me of the tags I had on there at one time. But I'll get another video when we start putting this thing together. I don't know how long it's going to take him. I told him no rush, take your time, because I wanted it to be done right. So I think that's about it. I think we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys very much. MotoToyz out.